Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Uh, well, let's see. I don't even know what the date is. I think it's about the 8th of April 2020. And something that's becoming real apparent. And I think you can tell now. Uh, and it is something, I'm going to have to get out of the wind here. Uh, Yeah, there we go, turn the lights. Uh, One of the things that I've noticed, let's see. Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed is I've said we the every week they're tightening the screws, and I also said, well, how about Thanksgiving? We need to kind of wrap this thing up, kind of move on. And if not, the longer this is what we're talking about, the longer this thing goes on, the more they're tightening up and they get more personal. Uh, I understand when they suggest we stay in our homes. I understand that. I understand that they don't really know what's going on with this virus thing. So that's why there's a lot of things that are kind of, up in the air still. But one of the things that is happening, and there's no question about it, and that is the suggesting that we as good citizens would stay at home. You know, these suggestions now are starting to be, well, they're a demand for sure. They are demanding certain things happen. And they haven't said that, that this is martial law. And but all the signs are going towards that. One of the things I thought was kind of odd is no groups more than 10 people in a group. Okay. And they're using this in the way of, like I say, the virus thing. Now, how long do you think this is going to last? Using the virus for an excuse. Like I say, as practice, I said it's good when you get out to where your plan B is. If something happens to you in your life, you lose your job or emergencies or whatever, you need to have another place to go besides your house. And I said it's probably good practice to go do that already. But I think we're beyond practice now. And you really should have already went to your new location so you can get used to this new kind of a life. Because your new location won't be as restrictive as what it is if you were in a place where the government's telling you what to do. I'm talking about the mayors. You've noticed the mayors now are starting to show their authority. During this emergency, they've got authority. Remember, every kind of weirdo that's got some kind of authority is going to try to show you they have their authority. So, and they have to watch out because they can't arrest people because they're letting people out of jail. So they're going to fine you, and you don't have work. They're pushing it on suggesting. Well, they're not suggesting. That's why they're arresting or fining you. It's not an arrest. It's not a suggestion. I mean, and you're already used to doing what you're told. You're used to it. They're making you do a little more, a little more, a little more. And I don't know. I think I talked about leadership and strong leadership. That's not strong leadership. That's stupid leadership. And leadership can foresee things. They can see ahead. That's what leadership does. They see what's coming and they prepare for it. They're a real good prepper if they're a good leader. And there's a lot of shortcomings coming up. I noticed there's a lot of parks, city parks, camping places that are closing, state-owned. Okay, why? I mean that is really, you are really away from people when you're camping. Like I told you, people don't really socialize a lot out there. It's not, at least my experience has been. It's not like they were partying and all this kind of stuff. No, they go out there and relax, take it easy, and now they don't want you out there. And it's just, and if you're living in the city, what's wrong with going to the park and walking around and all this stuff? They're closing them up. There's just too many things that aren't right. It does concern me. Now, but it doesn't concern me about what they're doing because I can read that. What concerns me is the people that are putting up with this shit. And if you're putting up with it now, where are you going to draw the line when you're going to finally say, well, no, we can't do that? And what's going to happen is you're used to doing as you're told. So that's why you're just going to go along with it. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be ratting on other people. That's the part that when people start ratting on other people, on your group, or you're not supposed to be here, or I don't care what it is. When people are ratting on people, you're screwed. And when you know somebody that's ratting on somebody, stay the hell away from them. They're showing you what they're made of. I've talked about strong American individuals. Look around. You'll see a lot that aren't. You should be preparing to get back to work. You should be preparing, looking for opportunities, and being ready to move on. You are. They're not. They're like the state and cities. They're not. Trump is ready to move on. He knows what's going on. And he knows we need to get back going. These other people, you better watch them. And you better surround yourself with like-minded people. Because if you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of people with masks and are chicken shits, you know how you just found out what you're made out of. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.